What's going on, guys? This is Cole, aka Proximity, bringing you a brand new video today. It's actually going to be a commentary. I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about something that I've thought about talking about for a while, and that is grinding harder versus grinding smarter, and which one do you think is going to help you improve at Halo? If you're looking to improve and you think that, you want to get better at Halo, and you're like, how can I do that? If you're on my channel, you've probably watched some of my tips, so maybe those have helped you, but if not, I know, one thing that people often suggest is just to play, which I agree with, but there's a right and wrong way to play, in my opinion. So, if you have, Halo 5 and you have a lot of free time and you're wanting to play and get better, you spend 8 hours a day playing, are you going to get better very quickly? Maybe. But maybe not. If you just grind hard and it means you play a lot and you play a lot of games, does that necessarily mean that you're just going to get better? And like I said, in some cases it will, but if you have a bad habit, and it might be, take myself for an example. I like to reload sometimes when I haven't killed the enemy. It's a terrible habit. 95% of the time, I do kill the enemy and I hit the reload button quickly. But sometimes I do it and then the other guy didn't die, and that ends up getting me killed. That's a bad habit. That's just an example. But, if I want to work on that, do I need 8 hours to fix it? Or do I need 1 hour to just really, really pay attention to it and try to fix it? That's a very easy fix, I feel like. That's a pretty simple example. But if it was something like your gun skill and you want to try to make it better, does that mean you play a lot and just over time it'll get better? Maybe. But there also might be a better solution. You might be able to, figure out ways to make it, a little better. So grind harder. Here's an example for that. You have your aim, your gun skill. You play on 10 sensitivity. You play 10 vertical, 10 horizontal, 5 aim excel. So you're very, very fast. You can spend 10,000 hours in the game and end up getting very accurate with 10 cents. Or you can play for 500 hours on a lower sense and be very accurate faster. Which one makes more sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's helpful. I'm not saying that you can't be accurate at 10 cents, but I will venture to say most people can agree it takes longer to have consistent accuracy with a higher sense. So if you put on a lower sense, it's a little bit more forgiving and it's more practical. I think a lot would say. I don't want to use that phrase. I don't want to say which one's like right or wrong. I just like most people play on a lower sense, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best way, because it's all preference. But if you want to get your gun skill better and you play on a high sense, the first thing I'll recommend is to put it on a lower sense, because it's going to save you time. Bottom line. So grind smarter instead of grinding harder. I hope all this is making sense. That's the way I feel about it. And if you're trying to get better, I don't know what you might think you need to improve on. First of all, be honest with yourself. What do I need to improve on? Just reflect. And then once you acknowledge it, then don't spend a lot of hours and just time wasted. Don't waste your time when you're playing Xbox or trying to get better at Halo. If your goal is to get better, don't just spend it just like, I'm just going to keep playing and I'll get better. Like, yeah, eventually you'll end up learning, but if you can nip a problem in the butt real fast, then you don't have to worry about it later. And that's the way I'm trying to say, if you grind smarter, you can figure out, hey, I need to learn spawns. Rather than just playing hours to learn them, that's one way to do it. You could instead, go to the theater mode, study them, try to figure them out. Go back and look where people are spawning, why they're spawning where. Look up videos on it. I actually haven't made an in-depth one on that, and I really should, because I feel like a lot of people would probably like to see that. But, yeah, I think at this point I've given enough examples to where you can probably understand what I'm talking about. But it's just a nice little tip. Grind smarter, not harder. That took me a long time to figure out. I played for a couple of years with bad habits before I realized that some of the things that, used to work weren't quite working anymore. People caught on, and, some of the cheeky plays and stuff, eventually you need to try to branch out and try to, just get better, acknowledge your flaws, don't lie to yourself. That was something that held me back for a long time. I thought that I was perfect and that I wasn't the best. So you need to just be honest. If you need to work on your gun skill, work on your gun skill. Look up tip videos. I have tip videos. If you need somebody to tell you if you think you need somebody to tell you tips, I'm not the only one. There's plenty of people. The Notable has tip videos. I don't know who else, but there's more people than just me. So even if you don't want to listen to me, but yeah, grind smarter, not harder, if that makes sense. So I hope this tip helps you guys. I hope you guys can start doing that and save yourself some time and just improve faster. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.